These are three of the most useful settings that a lot of League players don't utilize. Settings are very important because they allow you to make the game smoother for you, easier, and make it in a way so you can take advantages without really doing anything special about it. The first one is you want to play with target champions only. If you go on the options tab under hotkeys, you go on the first one, abilities and summoner spells. You want to scroll all the way down until it says target champions only. You want to put that on something that is easier for you. Personally, I use the tilt key. And what that does is that after you've put the hotkey here, you want to go under the game tab here, and then you have a toggle or a checkbox that says treat toggle champions only as a toggle. You want to click that, make sure it's activated, and then what that will allow you to do is if you go right here, for example, let's say this is an enemy. Now what this will do is that your mouse will only target champions. If you clearly see the cursor gets red in the circle in the middle of it, and this tells you that the target champions only is activated. And this is very useful because in team fights you can utilize it to only target champions, only make sure that you don't click minions accidentally, even laning phase and everything. One of the main usages that I use it for is if the enemy is under the turret. So like if it's exactly right here, like look at how hard it is for you to click the guy because he's literally under the turret, and then you have to kind of put the like camera in a weird position and everything. So what you do here is just click the button and you have it easier for you to select the guy. So this is very useful. The second one is you go in the same tab, hotkeys, you're going to go in ability summoner spells, and close to target champions only you're going to have level up spells. Personally, I use the control in one of the abilities, and what this does is that it makes it easier for you to upgrade abilities. Your mouse is very important, your cursor position. That's why you want to make sure that you utilize it in a place where you know you can get the most out of it. Because if you have to put it all the way down to click one of the abilities, then it's going to be very inefficient. You can get even collapsed or whatever. Because you want to always make sure that your mouse is clicking on the floor or something like that. So it makes it easier for you to move around places. So what you want to do is you hold control, then press one of the abilities. If I see here, I'm going to press control Q, and it automatically put 1 point in my ability. And it's very easy because you don't have to do anything with your cursor. You just make sure you use the hotkeys instead, and it's much easier. The third one is very important if you want to try to kite properly. It's one of the ways that makes it very easy for you to kite in a better manner, because oftentimes you have to try to click in between enemies. So for example, if there's an enemy here, you have to make sure you click on the guy, and then exactly the cursor you have to put it again on the position that you want to try to kite and everything. You can do it with a click as well, but it's kind of like the same idea. You have to make sure you use the mouse. You can do it like this, but if you're noticing, you have to press A first, then click on it again and everything. Now, a hotkey that helps you a lot with that is if you go under player movement, is the second one here, player attack move only click, and I personally bound it at X. And what this does is that now I just click X once. So if you see my cursor here, I just click X, and it will automatically lock on the target. So what this allows you to do is that now you don't have to click 10 million like buttons or whatever. Now it's very easy because you just have to double click it. You click once where you're moving, and then the X, moving X, moving X, moving X, moving X, and then you target the first champion that you're seeing. So those tips are very important. Make sure you utilize them because they're going to be the difference between you winning a game and you losing one.